how have the bond markets shaped up in 2025?
So thanks, Shalini. And as you rightly pointed out, this is a crucial time. We are all in December, and probably now the thought process should shape up around what should be in investors for bond market specifically for 2026. But if I do a quick recap of 2025, I think first of all, it is important to understand that when we were entering 2025, what was the macro scenario then? Okay, important point was we were in a significantly tighter liquidity environment. Similar phase where people are worried about too much of currency. We have in massive intervention in rupee and liquidity got very, very tight. Similarly, credit growth was quite weak. Okay, and RBI was all in for ensuring positive credit growth. RBI did a plethora of measures, which was starting with liquidity infusion. Last year, same point of time, they did the first CRR cut in December, and then we saw huge amount of liquidity infusion and rate cuts. But the macro dynamics actually supported the entire lowering of rates and this entire influx of liquidity. Let's look at the overall growth phase. Like first 2 quarters, we saw the growth numbers, which was Q3, Q4 for last year, were very, very weak.
Yeah.
Which led RBI to cut rates to support the growth environment. Secondly, what happened is inflation. The inflation actually came to a significant surprise to all of us. Like we were in our best case assuming inflation to be like, obviously it was lower than RBI's threshold. We were all talking about, but did we anticipate that inflation will be as low as 2% or 2.5% for the full year? I think no. So inflation came as a significant positive surprise. It was thanks to all the good sowing, positive rainfall. We got benefits on account of crude. But I think the somewhere down the line, the reasons for RBI to be so dovish for this entire year has been a weaker than anticipated growth for the first 2 quarters, and secondly for the full year, a significant lower inflation. What happened to bond markets? I think bond markets were significantly happy with the steps which RBI took. So you had rate cuts, you had liquidity, you had OMOs. So that led to significant rally if you look at the first 2 quarters. The first 2 quarters from calendar year 2025, from Jan to June, we saw yields completely collapsing by 50, 60 basis across the curve. But after June, markets started were getting worried about two or three aspects. One was what's happened on the trade deal, what will be the outcome of the trade deal. Secondly, how will the fiscal balance shape up? And then we had this demand supply imbalances and long bonds. So if you look at the second half of the year, the curve actually started getting steeper. So the first half of the year, we saw a complete collapse in bond market yields. Everywhere there was a rally in bond markets from be it 30-year, 1 year, 10-year GSEC, or even the short end of the curve. But after June, when markets started sniffing that we are at the fag end of the rate cycle, probably there will be demand supply imbalance for government bonds or long bonds, and somewhere down the line tariff concerns which can lead to fiscal impulse. I think markets started the curve started behaving separately. The long bonds didn't perform, the short end continued to perform. Where we are today, I think if I look at 2025, I think the short to medium term assets did very, very well and the curve got steeper. So, like 2024 was a complete play for duration. I think 2025, if I sum it up, it was a complete play on liquidity, which led to the curve getting steeper, and short end behaved very well throughout the year. I think long bonds had a patchy year where beginning of the year they did very well, but second half they didn't do so well.
Mutual fund investments are subject to market risks. Read all scheme related documents carefully.